Hey adventurers, we're on the road again. We're gonna pick up where we left off. I lost a lot of footage, of course, in the last episode. Had a lot of trouble with the GoPro, and well, we're gonna just go back out and do it all over. Stay put. We're gonna make it some fun. Yeah. For all you folks not living in Europe, uh, this is what a border crossing in Europe looks like. Yeah, there's a few cameras, but that's it. Yeah. Looks like Felicia's happy again to be out. Yeah, you know this place. Yeah. What you gonna do? Tap you. Felicia. Okay, so this is our campsite for tonight. We've got some fields in the back. Nice open space over here. A little bench, fire pit. I would have liked to go back to the other side, but it was already taken. The guy looked like a beggar and didn't seem to enjoy that I was there, so I just moved on, and well, we're here. We have the place for ourselves. Yep, first order of business, finding firewood. As you all know, you can't take live trees. One, they don't burn, and on the second hand, you just can't. They will close the place down. We just have to enjoy that places like these still exist. They are banned in the Netherlands, and well, yeah, so we go out to Belgium, and that's okay. It's not a very far drive for me personally. So I live in the south of the Netherlands, just about half an hour from the border. So. Well, I think we have enough firewood to at least cook us dinner and probably keep us warm during some part of the evening. And during the night we are asleep anyway in our sleeping bag, so I think this should cover it. But first we have to process everything, make it into small bits. The fireplace that I'm standing at, well, you can see my shadow. It isn't one of the biggest, so we're doing a little covert fire. I'm gonna dig it out a little bit, and then hopefully no one will notice it. Okay, so I finished gathering wood, and I chopped it up a lot. Well, most of it was so dry I could easily break it. I divided them by size. The really small ones over there, a little bit bigger, and then more thicker sizes. And then there's the unprocessed wood. I also dug out the hole a bit more. It was indeed a fire pit. There are some remnants still in the pit, and we're gonna use it now for our fire. For the tinder I found some really dry grass here, so we're gonna just take some pieces of that. I only take what we need. This is all dead, really dry. It's gonna be really good tinder, I think. Okay, so we've got the really dry grass here. Going to fuzz it up a bit. This should take a spark pretty easily. For a spark I'm using fire steel or a ferrocerium rod. And we're back at the other campsite. I've already put my gear down there at the benches. Some happy ranger just came by and told me I couldn't stay at the site I was just at. So we're back here. So the ranger that just came by was a really friendly fella. At first he was really on his toes. What you're doing here? And I explained the situation, that this place was already taken, and that looked like another campsite, and he said I couldn't be there, so we decided to move along back to here. Yeah. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, I've got some new gear, brand new axe, but when it came out of the package I noticed, I don't know if you can see, but it's dull as I don't know what. Well, you couldn't even chop a matchstick with this, that's how dull it is. So I'm gonna bring it to a new edge, and hopefully that works. Normally I would do this kind of stuff at home, but it was kind of a last minute call to come here, so let's do it here. And I know a lot of people, the hairs on the back of their neck are standing up quite straight now. But believe me, it is really dull. Phelicia, op. Maar eten. Op, eten. Op. That's the start. God. I don't know if you can see, but some parts don't even have an edge. It's that bad. Then why would you buy it? I needed a new axe. Well, that's starting to look like an edge. Now I should be able to cut some logs. Not quite there yet, but starting to look like something. Luckily I also brought some sanding paper. The file is just to get a lot of metal off there, and we're just using this to clean it up a bit, and later I have a whetstone that will give it a real edge. Okay, so the edge is looking much better already, but now let's make it razor sharp. I've got a little whetstone here, just putting some water on it. Just have to get the angle just right. Okay, so just finished up with the whetstone, and as you can see, that now has an edge on both sides, right there, and it's even sharp enough that it can cut off the hairs off my arm. It's not the best work I've ever done, but good enough for now, and especially for here in the field. And just to protect it a little bit better from corrosion and rust and everything else, just gonna put a little bit of oil on it. Way too much, of course. Yep. Well, let's see if it worked. Looks like we got ourselves a fine little blade. just started a little fire, and then hopefully when it's down to embers again, hopefully we can cook some dinner. Well, that probably won't take long with this kind of wind. And while this fire is maintaining itself, I think we're going to put up the tent meanwhile, so this can burn down a bit and become some nice embers to cook on. The platform that we're going to be using, these are really nice. We have a flat surface to lay on, and in between the rafters they've made little spikes you can hook onto. Well, it's time to set up our tent. If Phelicia will let me. Crazy dog. Oh. Well, we've set up our tent. Now it's time for the inside. Beautiful. Oh, I was meaning to show you these little pegs, or nails actually, are in here. These are keeping the tent in. Well, that's nice. Good enough. Time for a sleeping bag. Always put your sleeping bag out a few hours before you go to bed, so the filling can fill itself with air. And air is an insulator, so this will keep me warm tonight. The sleeping bag is rated to -5 degrees Celsius. But from what I've read, it should only go down to above 6 degrees centigrade, so that won't be any issue. Okay, so I've put my bag in, my sleeping bag, with a little mat underneath. And because Phelicia isn't used to being, or to sleeping outside, I have to say, she's used to being outside, but not sleeping outside. She can sleep on my coat, in my coat, whatever she wants. It doesn't matter to me. I'll just wash it. Okay, so for dinner we're having steaks tonight. I've already pre-seasoned them at home. That's not for you. Got my little cooking kit in a toilet bag. Who would imagine? Got some oil. That's not for you. No. Well, it looks quite nice in the middle. Just gonna get these large chunks out of here. That's a bit hot. A little stick here. Then the fire. That's really nice. It's so hot down there in the middle. That will be a perfect bed to cook on. Okay, I've moved all the very hot embers to one side, so my handle stays a bit colder, so I can still touch it. Perfect. Let's get the steaks. Well, we'll start with one. Perfect. Okay, that went a little faster than I would have hoped. Man, I'm fully in the wind. Oh man. Just moving to the other bench. It's a lot nicer. I was full in the smoke and the ashes that came out of the fire pit. But let's see how this turned out. The embers were very, very hot. Oh my god, look at this. Perfect. It's not for you. Well, there's no better way to enjoy your dinner than with this kind of view. Well, second steak in. Oh god, this thing is hot. Okay, steak number 2. Lovely. Oh my god, this one's even better. Oh. Mm. Mm. Well, because Phelicia has been such a good girl. Come. Yeah, you deserve that. Yeah. Time to do the dishes. Tonight I'm just going to attend the fire a bit, and no, you're done. You're done. And we'll get in our tent, I think, pretty early. And well, because that was an Irish beef, I got myself a little treat. A real Guinness. Maybe I'm a bit spoiled. Well, we're off to bed. Phelicia right beside me. We'll see you guys in the morning. Phelicia. Oh my god. What a day. Well, good morning everybody. It's day 2. We just woke up, started a little fire. We're gonna make some breakfast. Phelicia already has hers. It was a bit chilly last night. They forecasted that it would be +6, but as I'm currently experiencing it as around freezing. Well, I've just put some water on the embers. I've moved everything from this side over there, so my handle will stay cold. We're just waiting for it to boil. We're gonna have duck noodles, and while we wait until it gets to a boil, we have some cream crackers with jelly. Yep. That's not for you. Yep. Oh. Water's boiling. Some dirt, piece of wood. I don't eat wood. Let's get this in here. chili. A little bit of oil. It's more like rendered fat. I'll let that sit for a moment. Okay, a little bowl of noodles looks about done. Just took it out of the fire. Just put a lot of small twigs and branches on it, and it should self-combust within a few moments. Here we go. The fire is dying down now. I don't feel like getting new wood at this moment. I think we're just going to pack up in a moment and slowly get home. I do have to say I love being out here, but I do miss my wife, miss my kids, my other dogs. We have a total of 5 dogs. Well, it's time to get everything sorted again. Time to get the fly off. The fly is the most outer shell of the tent. Okay, so the fly is still terribly wet, so we're just gonna let it dry off here in the sun. But anyway, this is not a bad site to wait. And well, of course, our sleeping bag, which is already dry. Has to be packed up as well. Man, just found this little guy. Damn, that thing's huge. Don't know what they feed them here, but my God. Does anyone know what kind of caterpillar this is? If you know, please leave a comment down below. Well, we've got our sleeping bag all tied up. Now it's time to pack our bag again. Okay, so the fly is finally dried up. It's been a few hours. And it's time to pack up our tent. Well, that was it for now. We're all packed up, ready to go. Felicia's still asleep over there. I hope you've enjoyed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.